Welcome back to Matt and Matt Live post game. I'm DJ HazMatt.
And I'm Matty Willz. Make sure you guys keep those comments rolling in because we love to read those off while we do our show. Rough game for the Brownies today, though. 6 points. The hazardous one. Explain that. Defend that.
You want me to defend it? I can't defend a loss. You know what I'm saying? Listen though. What happened today is the Raiders did to us what we should have done to them. They ran the ball, quick little passes. They played, with the weather. I mean, to be honest, the Browns were running the same type of offense. It's just that in crucial points of the game, we didn't step up. We didn't play well. We were dropping the ball at crucial downs. I'm not even going to put this game on Baker. Even Baker didn't have it because Carr wasn't out there going crazy, throwing for a tremendous amount of yards. This was the type of game where that wasn't going to happen because of the weather. So you have to lean more on your running game. And I thought Kareem Hunt was having some good plays. It's just you got to stick with that. And like I said, in the clutch, Njoku with a drop.
Landry had a couple.
Landry, I mean, he got hit, but that was a touchdown pass if he holds on to that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
changes the whole outlook of the rest of the game. If he scores that touchdown.
I'm not going to hang this on Baker. He had a couple shaky throws. I'll chalk that up to the weather, but he wasn't out of control all game. He was hitting people. They were dropping the ball. The Raiders did what the Browns should have done, and they out-browned the Browns in the dog pound and just brought it ground and pound, and they got the ugly win in the ugly weather. So hats off to the Raiders.
Come all the way across the country to get a win against the Browns team that was favored in this game, a Browns team that had won 2 more games than the Raiders had won in this game, and a Browns team that, quite frankly, I think didn't necessarily have the right game plan today. I would just say this about Stefanski's game plan, and I know we'll get to our report card in just a minute. But Kareem Hunt, 14 carries. I would have told you if we would have had a pregame show that I would have expected to see 20 carries minimum for Kareem Hunt. 20 minimum. It doesn't matter necessarily if he only hits you for 1 or 2 yards. He's a very strong running back. He's going to get yards after contact, and he gets stronger as the game goes along. In a 1-score game, which was where we were at most of this game until that final field goal by Las Vegas, a 1-score game, we should have been grounding the ball. I completely agree with that, Haz. We do want y'all to keep those comments coming in. DJ Ryan Wolf, our very own, we see you. The mad face emoji.
How come we didn't check in with Ryan Wolf at halftime? What happened? Something happened?
We had different.
Where were you, Wolfie?
We had a different producer today. We got off track. Yanni Rude, of course, they definitely cheated Landry out of that touchdown. Though, let's talk about that play. Haz, do you think that should have been a touchdown by Landry, or do you think that the refs got it right on the challenge?
The ball hit the ground on the Landry play.
Right, it hit the ground, but did he lose control?
He did, but the ball, he didn't have control. You have to have control first. Right. And then go down. You know what I'm saying? So the ball was a little loose in his arms when he went down. I'm not going to sit here and just be a homer and say whatever.
Whoa, that is the most shocking thing. You're not going to sit here and be a homer? Are you sipping that Jack Daniels?
I'm just giving you the real. This is a professional show. I'm not going to sit here and lie to the people. We got people checking in. You know what I'm saying? Like Chandra, they expect us to keep it 100. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Antoine.
Right.
Is checking in. So,
no, Antoine. I'll get to Antoine in just 1 second. That's my guy, and I know what he means.
I think though that the Hunter Renfrow touchdown was also incomplete. So, if the Landry was incomplete, I think the Hunter Renfrow could have been incomplete as well because that ball hit the ground. He didn't necessarily have complete control of it before it touched the ground, but they didn't overturn it.
There was 2 differences. One, you could see the bobble in Landry's ball, and 2, they didn't have the angle to get really up close, a good shot at what happened in the one that they ruled a touchdown for the Raiders. I do think both calls ultimately were correct, and I do think that I do think Las Vegas played better football today than the Browns. We could not stop their running backs at all. I mean, it was a wrap. Like this
is a lesson. This is a lesson for Kevin Stefanski, who I think Kevin Stefanski's a good coach. He's a good coach. I like what he's done so far. I mean, we're 5-3 for crying out loud. But he was in Minnesota where it does get cold. However, they play inside when they play in their home games. So he has to understand how to call a game in weather like this. This is where you lean heavily on your run game.
Yeah.
There should have been a lot more Hunt. There should have been a lot more, what's his name? D'Ernest Johnson.
Yeah.
There should have been a lot more of them featured in today's game plan based on the weather, because Baker wasn't going to be able to throw it around like he did last week with the wind swirling like that. Gruden knew that. That's why they kept handing the ball to Jacobs, and they kept just inching the ball down the field. We couldn't get him off 3 yards here, 4 yards.
I mean, here's the difference of the game. The Browns. Go ahead. No, the Browns. Go ahead. No, go. You go. My bad.
No, I was just gonna say, tell me when you saw Jacobs have some extraordinarily long run in the whole game.
You're right. You're exactly right, and that goes right into the difference of the game.
But he went over 100 yards.
Yeah, he had 31 carries. Jacobs did, but outside of Carr, the Raiders ran 39 times by running backs or fullbacks. 39. The Browns only 16. 14 carries for Kareem Hunt, 2 for D'Ernest Johnson, 6 for Baker Mayfield. Of course, none of those were designed runs. So you only ran the ball 16 times today with wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. And then with the Raiders coming in here with the right game plan, Stefanski failed today. Let's get right to the report card. Oh, let's just real quick on Antoine Steele. That's my guy. And Sam, you're running things today. When he posts, he's probably talking about the Ravens. He's a huge Ravens fan. So his little line about Lamar playing like a llama, he's just trying to be a Ravens fan. We don't necessarily need to, need to bring that to the forefront. That's my guy. Shout out to Twino. I appreciate you watching, big dog.
So he's a troll, is what you're saying.
He's trolling right now. He's trolling right now for sure. I like this comment from Michael.
He would be one of your friends. Okay, Michael Gibson. Come on, yeah. Michael Gibson said something. He said, unprepared. Raiders had perfect game plan. They executed to about perfection. I love our Browns, but man, they just didn't tackle or do anything well. You are absolutely right, Michael Gibson. They could not tackle, at least when they needed to.
Right.
Jacobs all day long.
Which was about every play. I mean, come on, man. Every time they ran the ball.
A couple stops. You know what?
Yeah.
Let's get to our report cards game.
All right, let's get to the report card. Kevin Stefanski, every game we grade the head coach's performance. He's a rookie head coach. This was his 7th game that he coached today, 8th. So I'm going to just keep it short and sweet. I mean, we lost, but we didn't even really look like we belonged on the same football field at times. So I'm going to give him a D-. The only reason I'm not going to give him an F is because we didn't get blanked. If we would have got shut out, he would have got a flat F. I give him a D-. The game was a 1-score game in the 4th quarter, but that long, seemed like 20-minute drive that the Raiders got right after they came back for the second half really just deflated the entire stadium, and Browns couldn't do anything. Kevin Stefanski, D- today. What do you say? Leave your guys' grades in the comments as well. We'll read a couple of them off for sure.
Yes, Michael Miller says they couldn't stop the run. Exactly, echoing our sentiments. No, I'm not going to be this harsh on Kevin Stefanski. I think, Ward, you're being a little hard on the Beaver. I will give Kevin Stefanski a C. It's a low, yes, only because I think Kevin Stefanski needs to realize that he he gets a K. He wasn't coaching like Freddie Kitchens. I won't say that. I don't agree with what Yanni's saying about him coaching like Freddie Kitchens. Every time we lose, it's not going to be because it's the coaching like Freddie Kitchens. Like when we win, we win. He's coaching like Stefanski, who didn't understand how to use the weapons he has in the weather. Now we're going into the bye week, and we're gonna come back hopefully with Chubb back in the lineup. I haven't got any official word on that, but I'm assuming that he's gonna come back. So this is what you have. And for games like this, you have a two-headed monster that can just ground and pound, do exactly what the Raiders did to us today. You know what I mean? So he made some mistakes in his play calling, leaning a little too much heavy on a passing game when
25 throws.
Yes, you can't. And then poor Cody Parkey. He had to make that field goal in the end just to give us a chance in the win. He made all the rest of them, and then that one, the most important one of the game,
right?
Is somebody just said, you know what I'm saying?
Seems like every time the Browns got the ball, the weather.
I give him a C-. I'm not going to give him a D. I'm not going to give him a D. I'm going to give him a C- for today's performance, only because he has to understand this is Cleveland. And we play in the elements, and you have to learn how to coach in the elements. Okay. And I'm gonna give props to somebody we've been dogging the whole season, Zendejo.
Yeah.
Zendejo came up and made some plays today. One thing, he might not be able to cover, but he certainly can tackle. So I'm gonna, for this week, since we're in a loss, I'm gonna say, Zendejo, you tackled your ass off today.
So you're giving Zendejo your game ball, because you know we got to do the game ball next, man. You're giving Zendejo your game ball because go ahead.
I don't even know who I can give a game ball to in a game like this.
Well, you know what I mean? Your problem. You feel like you have to give a game ball to a member of the Cleveland Browns, and I tried to do it. I tried to prove to you that you don't, but then you called me a Steelers fan. Know what?
I'm gonna go ahead.
You call me a Steelers fan.
I'll give a game ball to a Raider. I'll give it to Josh Jacobs. Did I steal your thunder?
Maybe it's fine. We can both give the same game ball. I mean, I wasn't gonna go that far. You know what? You can go, Jacobs.
First 100-yard performance of the season happened against Cleveland, which is surprising because Cleveland, though we're terrible against the pass, we actually have been top 5 against the run. So giving up a 100-yard rusher, that's an accomplishment to go against a defense that's normally good against the run, to get your first 100-yard day of the season. So my game ball is going to Josh Jacobs. Damn it.
I need those, like after the last debate, I got on CNN the next morning before I did my show Middays with Matty Willz, 10 to 3 Monday through Friday on Z1079. I got on CNN and they did a fact check. I got to do some fact checking on some of these stats you throw out there, I'm not sure. I can tell you by my eyeball test that the Cleveland Browns defense isn't top 5 in anything. Not one thing. And we haven't talked about Myles Garrett, but he got hurt in that game. We definitely need to, see what's going on there. But I don't know if the Browns were top 5 against the run before that game. I can tell you that the Browns can't stop anybody on defense when they decide what they want to do. If
men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
If the opposing team decides that they want to throw the ball, guess what? They're going to be able to throw the ball on the Browns. If the opposing team decides that they want to run the ball on the Browns, they're going to be able to run the ball on the Cleveland Browns. We don't do anything well defensively, except for maybe Myles Garrett getting some strip sacks and things of that nature. He was close in the first quarter, but then a knee contusion just basically washed the rest of his game. But I'll give a game ball to their coach. What's their coach's name? John Gruden, because his name is
Chucky.
He did, he looks like Chucky. He did exactly what the Browns should have did. He just gave the ball to his running back. Don't complicate this. It's the wind is gusting up to almost 50 miles an hour. We've lamented it over and over in the halftime show and right now. You can't try to outthrow the other team when the wind gusts are going up to 50 miles an hour. Run the ball.
And since you mentioned that, Pippa is telling me, like, when did I use weather as an excuse? Did I use weather as an excuse today?
Get him, Pippa. Get on.
Have I used weather as an excuse today? I just want to know that. No, I'm asking you. Have I used weather as an excuse?
I do remember at the halftime show you saying that that we should embrace the weather, not necessarily that we should. It was an excuse as to why we were losing. That we should embrace the weather and play with the weather. Yeah, how much?
I said you have to have a better game plan for the weather. Pippa, you got to follow and chime in correctly if you're going to try to come at me. I haven't used any excuses. I said the Raiders outplayed us in our domain. We should be the dominant team, able to handle the weather. They didn't. They passed more than they ran, which was a bad game plan for the weather.
Pippa touched the nerve. Let's get caught up on some of these comments. Chandra, Cleveland Browns are still bound for the playoffs.
You ain't just gonna come for me.
I'm not mad at that.
I haven't said one excuse.
Do you think the Browns are still bound for the playoffs, as Chandra Bullock says? I'm not mad at that.
Why not? Why wouldn't we? The freaking Miami Dolphins are 4-3 right now.
Yeah,
They beat up on the Rams.
This
is an any given Sunday. This is 2020. If the 2020 hasn't taught us anything, is that you don't know what's going to happen this year. So, listen, every team in the AFC that is over 500 right now has a chance to get to the playoffs. They have two extra playoffs. They have 2 extra playoff slots to this year. One for playoff slots this year.
One extra for each conference.
Okay, so that means there's an extra chance for teams to get in. We're freaking 5-3. Y'all act like we have a losing record or something.
Well, we're in a tough division. I will say that. Probably the best division in football. Twan says, I'm a 6'5" troll, but always support. Hey, I see you, Twan. Good. We need some. Can we get some air horn for Twan? You don't got it hooked up today? That's all good, man. Pippa has, we got that one. And Pippa says, oh, so I think that means that
I don't even know what
she's sympathizing for you, bro. Because
there's no sympathy. I haven't asked for sympathy at all.
All right.
Stop trying to play me. Don't try to change the narrative on me. I said what I said.
So we've given out our game balls. We've done our report card. Next week, the Browns have a bye week, which is right on time after that, what we just witnessed on that football field today.
It's not right on time. You never want to go into a bye week on a loss.
You gotta lick their wounds. Hopefully,
you gotta go for 2 weeks. And yes, it was rough. The Browns, listen, we are in the thick of things, but this is a way to get the media off us. As soon as the media, like everybody on the NFL Network and ESPN, everybody picked us to win today. I don't like being favored. I like being the underdogs that we are. I don't want everybody riding on us. Leave us alone, okay? You didn't like us before. Don't try to like us now. Don't pick us to win. Let us just do our thing. You know what I'm saying? We over here. You ain't never cared about Cleveland, especially the Browns. People reference the Browns whenever it's anything to do with losing, okay? So just cut it out. Don't pick us. Leave us alone, because we don't perform well when people think we're going to win. I just think they need to stop.
Cleveland Browns have a bye week next week, which means that we won't have a show. Oh, but maybe are we doing a show next week? We should probably talk about this off air. But we do have a couple of prospective guests coming up for the rest of the season, right? I know you touched on one during halftime.
Eric Metcalf. I can say Eric Metcalf. That's confirmed.
What day we got that for? So
that's later this month. You got to tune in every Sunday.
There you go. So we don't know, but Eric Metcalf.
We also have I'll tease this. I'm not going to say a name, but we have a current Browns player that is going to join us next week.
Next week. Oh, that's confirmed. All right.
Yeah, man, why not?
Okay, why not? I'm not mad. I'm checking in the private chat for the date on the Eric Metcalf, but you just laid it out there the way we should lay it out there. Tune in every week. One of these weeks, the legendary Cleveland Brown member Eric Metcalf will be joining us, and Haz will probably not be able to contain his excitement because that's right from his era. I'm gonna do some Wikipedia.
I already met Eric Metcalf
research, so I can figure out. I'm just joking.
I was going fanboy out here. Come on.
All right, man. Let's wrap this, man. I think we've given the people all we could on a game that the Browns scored.
Yeah, there was really nothing to really talk about. We took a loss. It's unfortunate, and it was unfortunate that it was an AFC loss because that's gonna matter later in the year. So we'll see how the season pans out because everybody's got a chance. That's all I'm saying. So Browns, we still in it. I'm not gonna leave on a negative note. We're still in the hunt.
I will say they did just tell me the date, and I'll just say that it's in November, and it's November 1st. So make sure you guys check out every show.
We can say the date now, right?
We can? You can. Say it.
You gave it to us.
All right. November 22nd.
Yes.
Legendary Cleveland Browns member Eric Metcalf will be joining us. Next week on the bye week, we'll be having a current Browns on the show as well as they get to rest during their bye week. And hopefully Kevin Stefanski can get his ish together.
He's learning. He's he's a first-year head coach, man. He made some mistakes today. I'm not gonna lie. But I still think he's a good coach. But we're gonna end on that. Browns positive. We get a week off.
Thanks for the comments.
I'm about to make a song about it.
There you go. Goes down.
Go Arcs.